Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Mid-Atlantic Major 2024. I'm here with Jen Falk. Jen, introduce yourself.
Hey, guys. Yep, I'm back again. It's good to be back with you, Matt. I am Jen Falk. I play for the WNXL Team Heroines. I also play in the NXL regularly with my home team in D2 Underground. Shout out North Carolina. We're actually not playing this event. So, but been out here with the Heroines this morning. We're 2-0 on the day, and I get to spend some time with this guy,
Prepared to watch Jen take my job over the next half hour.
I'm okay with that.
She is so good at this, both on the field and off.
I'm coming for you, Matt.
All right.
I'm coming for you.
All right, taking the field, I believe we have newbies.
All right, so in this match here on the left, we're going to have Tjbastards. On the right, we're going to have AZ Battlezone. So Tjbastards are out of Tijuana, Mexico, and AZ Battlezone is out of Arizona. TJ is a team, like I said, out of Mexico, but they play on the West Coast in the WCPPL. They've been doing really well there, and I believe that they took 4th in Vegas this year, if I remember correctly, and they're going to go wide both sides. Wow. It looks like AZ Battlezone is going to take the pocket. TJ's going to risk wide on both sides, but the Dorito corner does get shot. So it is a 5-on-4 advantage for Arizona right now, and Arizona did just take the snake. However, I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but the Tjbastards player is crawling down the outer, and he just gets blasted. Yep. And another body drop for TJ as well, so only 2 left now for TJ.
So I like that risk because early on in the match is your best chance of pulling off a surprise play like that.
Absolutely. I'm not going to.
So totally worth that risk for Bastards.
For sure. And so it looks like Arizona's pocket play did kind of pay off. It looks like they are in a 5-on-2 currently with TJ. Arizona has pushed their way up the Dorito side. They have somebody in the Dorito 40 wedge as well as the Dorito 1. And they're still here in the Snake 2. They did just take the Dorito 50 as well. However, a body does drop out of the center for Battlezone. So 2-on-4 situation in favor.
Bastards are spread wide, but there's not a great cross-up situation with these towers in the middle.
And unfortunately, that is part of this layout is it can get a little hairy if you don't have someone to stop this snake. Luckily, TJ is in this little mini W at the edge of the snake. However, the angle at which that bunker is situated on the field makes it very difficult to play. So a lot of times you'll see people take it kind of late game to try to close out the snake side over here. However, it is a little bit risky as you are exposed to the center of the field and the Dorito side.
Yeah, not a great place to get stuck towards at the end of a game like that in a cross-up.
Definitely
and that is going to be it. So Battlezone's going to walk this one off. It looks like they're going to have at least 4 alive, maybe even more.
Yep, I think they ended up having maybe 3 or 4 alive. Yep. Yeah. Good point for Battlezone. Yeah, it's one of those things where, you do have to kind of balance between taking those early risks versus playing the pocket. In this case, it worked out for Battlezone because they were able to get that first kill off that Dorito corner. However, this layout, from what I've seen, has been playing fast. So, I mean, it's one of those things where I think TJ knows, if we can go the distance, let's try it out early and see if it pays off.
So I like I said, we talked about them during the game. I like that move. It's early on in the match. That's your best chance, not expected. However, Battlezone was exactly the right place, which is this S2 is the best place to shut down any sneaky snake business on the outside. But I am calling the passing lane.
Okay. So you're calling this outer thing the passing lane? I'm calling it the
passing lane.
I've heard so many different names for it.
What else have you heard?
All right, so on this point here, we're going to have Sacramento DMG from Sacramento, California on the right.
Midwest Saints on the left.
Yep, and Midwest Saints, they're obviously from the Midwest, but some of their players I know used to play on Columbus Levels semi-pro team. I believe they're kind of a hodgepodge of some different players. It looks like they tried to take the snake corner off the break and did get shot. So it is a 5-on-4 advantage for DMG. DMG also kind of took the pocket a little bit in the middle 4-ish bunkers, I would say. But however, they did just take the snake, and they are crawling their way swiftly into the snake 50.
I don't know if I would call that a crawl. That was a horizontal run.
Yeah, something like that. The real question is, have the Saints picked up on it?
No, they have not, and the Saints are going to start moving up that center. Frankly, he got kind of lucky getting out of that tower because he was about to get blown up by the snake.
That's absolutely right.
So now they're aware of this 50 being hot, so they have a chance to at least slow him down.
For sure. I'm going to try to see if I can start using names here. I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure out who this is for DMG here in the Snake 50. It looks kind of like Stephen Hatch, but I'm not 100% sure because he normally plays the Dorito side. It looks like the center tower player here for the Saints knows that the 50 Snake is hot, and he is trying to bounce a shot off of this Snake 2 on his own side into the Snake 50. It doesn't look like it's paying off. Okay, this is Spencer here in the Snake 50 looking inside, and I believe he might have just gotten a kill off the Dorito side for Saints. Maybe he did not. He's crawling backwards now to get a better angle.
Caden's dropping back, number 29.
There it is, Caden Spencer. Him and Hatch kind of look similar with the hair, so. All right, so
nice.
Spencer went backwards to Snake 2, jumped the beam, and is crawling this, what'd you call it, the passing lane?
Passing lane.
Yep.
Now they've picked up on it. They know he's there now, and that's actually putting him at a disadvantage.
Yep, so now he's going to crawl the entire way, and
Keep
he's going to get possibly some free kills.
I think that they're putting paint
It
right
looks
where
like
he is.
it looks like
this
is Mingo, formerly of the ML Kings, here playing the Snake insert bunker for the Saints, and I believe he knows that he has Spencer here in front of him. He does. Is he gonna? And it looks like they are gonna get a trade. However, DMG is in complete control over here. We had Vasquez following up behind him. Vasquez, another former Sacramento DMG pro player, along with Gerber, who I believe is playing the Dorito corner over there. So those guys holding this this DMG line strong here for to take this first one. I will say, just to kind of give you guys some context, you'll see these guys kind of hop this beam into the passing lane, what Matt's been calling the passing lane.
Yep.
And just to give you a little bit of context, if someone does that, one of the best ways to, and this is not a secret, so I'll let you guys in on the fun facts for those of you watching at home, but the best way to see and to stop that person doing that is, for one, that person should not stick their head up, obviously. Step one, don't show yourself. But this snake side back corner Aztec is kind of like the plug for that situation. So a lot of times if you lose your outer, widest snake body other than your own snake player, you can fill out to that little Aztec and lay some paint there on the outside to at least slow that person down, make them jump back over the passing lane beam back into the snake. So that's kind of like a little bit of insight to those of you watching at home that haven't gotten to walk this layout or play this layout.
So far, I've also watched the S2 do a very good job of occasionally peeking their head over and looking down that passing lane. And the S2 has quite often caught a crawler trying to go down the outside.
For sure. Okay, so
we got Battlezone on the left, Bastards on the right.
And it looks like Bastards still risks. They still took a risk. They still went wide Dorito side and wide in the snake. And it looks like they made it 5 alive this time. Dorito side quickly pushing up into the Dorito 1.
5 alive for both sides.
All right.
A little bit more of pocket play over here for Battlezone.
Yep. And I would say,
no, right to the face. Battlezone player with their best snake potential taking a walk.
Yep. That guy came out of the snake insert mini W, yeah?
Yep.
I believe so.
Yes, he did. Came out of the mini wall.
Yeah,
they now no longer have a presence.
Oh,
so
big fill. Okay.
Wide. No, it doesn't work.
Yeah, so Battlezone tries to fill out wide to exactly what I was telling you guys about, from that center Aztec out to that snake Aztec to try to stop the bleeding, and got caught doing it. However, a body did drop for TJ out of the kind of center area, but it is a 4-on, now 2 advantage for
Battlezone tower
TJ.
gets clipped on the hopper. He's going to take a walk.
Believe it's still a 4-on-2, and TJ is now in the Dorito 50 as well. He does have a player in front of him, an Arizona player in front of our Dorito 50 player for TJ.
Right, and we got also that tower over on the Dorito side hot.
Yep, so as soon as, I think this is Angel Frutos here in the Snake 50 for TJ, as soon as he recognizes, we can start to put the pressure on these last 2.
Frankly, he could drop and
Oh, wow, okay. However, the Dorito 50 player for TJ did just get caught out of there, so it is a 3-on-2 advantage for TJ at this point. And now Frutos is going to hit the deck, and he's going to crawl.
That's what he needed to do.
Okay, the Dorito tower from our
Battlezone.
Yep.
Dorito's far more defendable over there than that tower. If
Absolutely.
you get surrounded in the tower, you're done. Dorito, you have a chance.
It looks like Frutos is trying to find him.
Nope.
Did he get the pinch? Yep.
No. Well, he knows about it.
I think he just got him.
Yep, he got him.
Whew, still, that was a tricky closeout there for TJ.
Good move. So that's what I'd like to see more teams do, and that is when you recognize that you're unopposed to the snake, drop and crawl. No matter where you are, just drop and crawl. The snake beams can protect you from pretty much anywhere in the field, with maybe the exception of that tower in the middle. They might be able to look down on the inside on you. So, and he recognized that. He took advantage of it. I think that was Fritos. Ran down, finished it, crawled down.
All right, so we got the Saints coming back out.
Saints down 0-1 against Sacramento DMG. So for DMG today, we got Brandon Bard, William Gerber, Stephen Hatch, Evan Middleton, Chris Cedar, Caden Spencer, David Vasquez, and Evan Wong.
Yep, it looks like we got Hatch, Gerber, Vasquez, Cedar, and I couldn't see the last body. I saw Mingo for sure coming out for Saints. Couldn't see the rest of those guys. All right. So you got DMG up 1-0 on Saints with lots of time left on the clock.
So Saints do not appear to have a deep roster, so I think we're going to see a lot of the same players roll out for each point.
And I'll tell you what, like I said, I've been seeing a lot of points played on this layout, so I would not be surprised to see. It'd be kind of tough to have. However, okay, looks like both teams are going to lose their widest snake body off the break. DMG was trying to go to snake corner and Saints trying to go to snake one. However, a second body drops for Saints, as well as it looks like DMG is pushed all the way from Dorito corner up into, I think, the Dorito 50, if I'm saying this correctly. Yep, that's Stephen Hatch. He's already in the Dorito 50 applying pressure where he can.
No real snake presence yet for either team.
Correct. Yep. And so we have got Gerber here in the center tower for DMG trying to figure out what exactly has happened over here on the snake side. I think for his own team and the other team. I've been in that situation. If you lose your snake side bodies and you're kind of stuck here in the center, you kind of have to find a way to.
Saints just lost their snake corner player, which was their best chance to get into the snake. So probably for the remainder of this game, this snake is out of play.
Okay, big move.
Through Dorito side.
I believe that's going to leave just Gerber, if I'm saying this correctly. It looks like Hatch got taken out of the Dorito 50 on that run through from the Saints, so it's going to be Gerber makes his way into the, I think it's a one-on-one. Gerber moves into the inner Dorito, and it looks like the Saints player is in this little outside. Yep.
Awful place to be stuck in a one-on-one. So he does the right thing. He starts crawling to reposition.
Trying to see who this is here.
Wow, the Sacramento DMG player is still looking the wrong way. There's a very good chance he's going to get blown up for this.
This is Brandon Portman.
Oh, he's just going to go for it. Portman's just going to run for the buzzer. He's going to say, screw the one-on-one. I'm going to hit it.
And he's down, so not a, yep. And he caught Gerber.
I think he knocked the buzzer off. Oh, that's terrifying.
Yep. There we go.
I love that, right? So
it's a heads-up play.
Kills don't count for points here, and if you have an opportunity, just go for the buzzer.
Yep.
Great job. The only thing he did wrong was knocking the buzzer off.
Yeah. You got to hit the buzzer. No, but in reality, this is a perfect example of how, you know, with having so many bunkers here in the center, when Gerber decided to turn, he saw that Portman was turning the field. When Gerber decided to turn the field, he started in his own center Dorito tower, worked his way down the Dorito side into the other team's Dorito 1. But because there's so many large bunkers, it was hard for him to keep up with Portman. So, you know, it's tough, especially when you're on that side. You know, your field of vision is not great, so you kind of got to do your best to keep eyes on him.
He did a good job getting lost out there and ran and hit the buzzer. Well done.
All right, so for TJ, we got Boris, we got Morales. Actually, I don't know if that was the Arietta. Yep, Frutos, and we got Alex Keys. Alex Keys, formerly of San Diego Aftermath. And then you got the staples for TJ, Boris, Arietta, and Frutos. I feel like those guys are constantly on the field for that team. Kind of their mainstays.
They signed a bad contract.
No, those guys are super athletic. I would not be surprised to see TJ want to play a lot of points here. They're a very, very good team. They're very, I would say they're aggressive but controlled. It's really impressive. I've been very impressed by TJ from what I've seen them play at the WCPPL and here at the NXL.
All right, well, you probably just commentator cursed him.
I probably have. No, but on that same note, I mean, Battlezone is one of those teams that came up through semi-pro. I think their first couple events, I believe they were like a D3 team and, had a rough first couple of events and then started going toe-to-toe with some of the better teams. And I believe one of the new Team USA U19 members is on AZ Battlezone. I believe his name is Evan McCarty. I'm sorry if I messed that up, but I'm pretty sure he is one of the new pickups for Team USA U19. So shout out to Evan and everybody at Team USA. Going to Paris this summer to represent our country.
Evan McCarty. All right, TJ on your left, Battlezone on your right. Battlezone, big run up the middle to that middle brick.
And two wide runners again for TJ. TJ taking the risks again.
Got away with it. One of their home cans is getting checked, though.
However, the widest snake body for TJ looks like he's kind of stuck in a weird situation. He's playing the dead zone. I don't know if you guys can see this on camera, but the widest snake body for TJ is playing in the open, is now moved into the snake 1.
There he goes, does it successfully.
And we're going to have a penalty on Battlezone. Their center player in that large brick was hit. He got pulled by a ref, and his buddy did as well. So I believe there are 3 bodies left for Battlezone, and
I think it might be 2.
Nope, there's a Dorito. We got McCarty here in the snake.
Oh,
I think that's
snake corner.
That might actually not be McCarty, but yes, we got a snake corner, a snake 2, and a Dorito player for Battlezone, and it's going to be 5 alive for TJ. Kind of across the back and here in the snake 1.
So Battlezone does have the snake 2, and that's their chance. He needs to produce some kills out of there real fast to swing this game around. TJ playing a little bit conservative there in the snake 1.
Yeah, and I would say, going back to the comment about, the number of bunkers, a lot of times when chaos does set in, such as, penalties or quick kills, you kind of get caught up in trying to make sure you're keeping track of, are we both calling, like when you and your teammate call the same kill? It's like, wait, is that the same kill or is that a different kill?
Yeah.
So especially on, these more modern layouts with so many bunkers, you have to really connect and make sure that you were seeing the same thing as your buddy. And that's why you'll hear a lot of teams implement certain calls for, a kill off the left, a kill off the right, a kill off the center. That way, if your guy on the left calls a kill off the right and the other one on the left, you're not seeing the same guy walk off. So, yeah, there's strategy to everything, and I think that's one of those things that you have to implement when you have so many bunkers here. All right, so it looks like Arizona is going to be in a snake 2. The Dorito 40 large wedge in the snake corner has just moved into the little snake mini W here, the angled one, and he's going to work his way back into the snake corner. Aztec to see if he can get a better shot. But it is 5-on-3. Looks like TJ's going to make a move into the snake 2 as well.
Yeah, very cautious in that snake play. He probably could have been up there a little bit earlier, but not going to risk the bodies. It's early on in the match.
And it looks like
drop back to the Dorito corner by TJ.
And Battlezone did push into the Dorito 50. I think that might be Evan. I had Evan mixed up. Oh, here we go. Big run through in the snake.
I don't know if he hit him. He's asking for a check. There's a little bit of pain on his right shoulder, but I don't think it's enough.
Well, we got...
No, he's clean.
Arietta's going to come right here behind.
That was a wasted body, and frankly, Arizona's got better position across the field right now.
Yeah, so it's a 4-on-3 event. 3-on-3. Okay, so the Dorito 50 player, which I believe is Evan. I'm sorry if I'm crediting all these people as Evan, but I'm pretty sure that's him.
There you go.
Just took out Alex Keys.
He's going to blow up that Dorito side.
Did he miss him?
No, he missed the shot.
Yep, so wow. Arietta missed the Dorito 50. Oh, and a big run through on the Dorito side. Oh, he gets got. So that Dorito 50 player for Arizona was doing a lot of work over there, and it looks like he ended up possibly trading. So I believe it may possibly be a 2-on-2 here with Arizona having Snake 2, and he's going to go run through on the Snake 50.
Ooh, that's a dangerous spin. I don't know if he's going to get away
call
with it.
Oh, he's alive. Wow.
In a way that TJ's probably lucky that he's live, because that could have been called a spin.
Yes, and I tell you what, I think this snake player for Arizona just he had done something right. He had a little bubble around him that kept him safe from all the people that have just tried to come get this man. The first snake player tried to come dunk him over top this snake too. That didn't work. He went to run down the 50. I think he was probably expecting a trade and was able to stay alive. So. All
right, Jen, you started the star power movement inside this booth. I'm going to get kicked to the side.
Oh,
we
gosh.
Have a very special guest here. I'm going to hand off to Bart.
All right, I'm trying to figure out who this snake player was. Welcome.
Hi.
All right, I'm here with the great Bart Yakimek.
Ooh, that's a compliment.
You guys just finished up a match, yeah?
Yeah, we went to overtime with Dynasty. It was a good match. We were up, and then they came back. And
good to have you.
Good battles with Dynasty.
Yeah, I was hanging out, and I was telling Matt, I was like, I don't know if Bart's going to make it. That game's going on. So I was just on standby, but all right.
It's been a great event so far. We're getting a lot of good compliments on the fields and the layout. And
how do you feel about the blind layout over there?
We're getting a lot of great compliments actually out of it. It's interesting that, I think you're going to see teams that are really going to adjust even more so as we get going. But again, it comes down to the layout where there's not much of a center there from a starting gate. So it'll be interesting. I think it's going to slow down like normal on the Sunday. Mm-hmm. I think there's still a lot of teams that are trying to figure out that middle hasn't been used enough.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, we're not seeing a lot out of the middle.
Is that back? Is the home little cake being played? Are people doubling it? I got to know if people are doubling it.
They are.
Okay. I thought they'd find a way.
Rainey, my old partner.
Yep. Okay.
He loves that.
Yeah, we have a little technical timeout here, guys. I think one of the players just bulldozed right into the snake too and sent it flying.
We got Sacramento, my favorite team.
Yep, we do. Yeah, they're your hometown guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in a tight game, 1-1 with Saints. And
we actually practiced this field on the weekend with them.
Okay, that was my next question for you. Is what layout did you guys practice?
Well, we played Dynasty on the weekend, and we actually went toe to toe with them all the way through until Sunday. But we actually went through we just moved fields around, and then we played this layout a little bit too. So we actually played 3 different layouts over the weekend.
Hey, it gave you a variety, something to little everything.
Yeah.
What did you guys think about this layout in particular?
They liked it. Again, I think the snake here is really a crucial part of this field. It's a good field. The guys really liked it when they played it, and it's kind of a weird scenario, this event, right? Mm-hmm. with the blind layout and then the amateur layout. So we'll probably get back to normal with the next one.
Right. Yeah, I've heard so many different opinions of whether people prefer them to stay with blind or prefer layout weekend, and it's like, I think there's pros and cons to both. So it's an interesting.
Well, it's funny. I wasn't a fan of it going to a practice with no layout because you have no objective.
Right. Sure.
But again, you know what? You focus on other things then when you go with a blind layout at a practice. You kind of look at more of a gelling, which I think really helped us. We seem to be on our feet this event, so it's good.
Absolutely.
In that sense, but.
Absolutely, for sure. It looks like we might be back in action here. Yeah, one of the things about the blind layout that I personally didn't enjoy was like you get to the field and you have to spend that first night so much time there when you want to be resting, you want to be having a team meeting and all things like that. So it's one of those trade-offs that you get with the blind layout is the time it takes that day before to learn. You know.
Yeah. What do we got? 5-on-5?
Yep. So it looks like DMG is going to go moderately pocket, but Gerber, no, I think that's Hatch, launches from the Dorito corner up into the Dorito 1 with Spencer here in the Snake 1. I believe Saints also went a little pocket with the Dorito corner.
We got some moving up the Snake 50 there.
Yep. So we got Spencer back here in his favorite spot, the Snake 50, and once again we have the Saints player in the center tower pounding this Snake 2, his own Snake 2, hoping that it will bounce here into the Snake 50. The Dorito corner for Saints did just move up into Dorito 1, and Mingo is going to be dropping.
There.
Yep, yes, sir. Out of the
Saints lose 1.
Where did he come from? I think he came from the Snake side, Aztec in the back.
Aztec.
Yep. All right, still 5 alive for DMG. Spencer still here in the Snake 50. Looks like
we got a back Snake corner.
Yep. So the Saints.
We call that a 1.
Yep. Yes, sir. And so I was just telling them it's kind of one of those situations where that you kind of need to be in that bunker on this Snake side because it's one of those things where not only can you not see when you're not out wide, but it's like if people get into what we're calling here, I believe he started calling it the passing lane. Right. This outer area, one of the best ways to plug that hole is from that.
Well, if you're out there, and that's paintball general. Is if you don't feel that corner, they're just going to come down on you. So it's a big advantage if you're not. If the player's going down the Snake, they're not there.
Absolutely.
It's worth the risk to get out there. Otherwise, you're going to lose anyways in the sense of what's happening in the game.
I believe it's still a 5-on-4. Spencer must have dropped down here in the Snake 50. I don't see him anymore. I'm not sure. Oh, it looks like he hopped the beam. I'm looking at the camera angle here. Looks like Spencer hopped the beam in the Snake 50 and is playing the inside of that wedge. There he is. All right, he's going to hop back over. And it looks like DMG is pushing up the field. They're in the Dorito 50. Yes, sir. They're in the Dorito 50. The Dorito right behind him as well.
Trying to get the shot angle here on the corner. Good move.
Yeah, you see these Snake players a lot of times on this layout. They'll kind of move around like 15 different times, you know, to try to get a different angle and try to keep them guessing.
Well, here now at this time of the game, it's kind of like a don't lose another body from DMG's side. Play it smart. Be patient. There's no rush here. It's a low-scoring game. So there we go. We get the corner. Snake corner's gone.
Yep. And now we're going to go into the passing lane. Here he goes.
On the highway.
Yes, sir. All right. So Spencer's going to jump over the beam, crawl the passing lane, and probably going to pop up here shortly.
There we go. Good point by DMG.
Always, it's funny. It's one of those situations when you're the Snake player and you've crawled the whole way, and you get to the end, and you pop up, and of course your team has killed everybody. You're like, what did I do all that crawling for?
What am I doing?
But you love to see it. So
no, that's good.
All right, so a strong point by DMG. I believe they still had at least 4, maybe 5 still alive. I couldn't see beyond this wall here, but we're going to have TJ and Arizona coming back out for this one.
That game's what, 2-2?
Yes, 2-1, and this has been a very eventful game. Yeah, lots of craziness happening here in the Snake in that last point. All right, let's see what kind of strategy, because up until this point, every breakout, TJ has gone wide. And at the first point, it did not work out for them at all. The second two, it seemed to have worked out, and they've kind of like thrown away some high body situations. So I'm curious what they're going to.
Well, it's always an advantage if you can get out wide. It's getting there, and if you're getting, that's where, from a. Over there, which I'm not sure which side.
Yep, so we got TJ on the right here.
Out in the corner.
And they did it again. He's actually, Bart, if you see, he's been playing this little dead zone.
There.
Yep, and it looks like he's still.
Yeah, he's doing
still hanging out over there.
He's got some advantage there, I think.
Yep, you guys can see him on your screen right now. Fructose is playing a dead zone, and you can see on your screen you've got the center brick pumping this gap.
It's
And he was going
It's
to
a
make
good
his
move.
move. There we go. So Frutos
that's
is going
one
to
of my
get the snake
favorites.
one.
And that's, when I walk a field, that's what I look for. Mm-hmm. If we can get a player out there being sneaky and out in the dead zone, it's kind of ideal.
Yep. Absolutely. So that was Frutos there. It looks like TJ is also in the Dorito 2 on the outside. So they're 5 strong, spread across the field. And I believe, I'm trying to figure out where the widest, it looks like, yep. So they're in the snake insert for Arizona. So they don't have a wide snake body just yet, but I'm sure they will try to fill someone out there shortly. Both teams do have the center brick looking snake way.
Moved up the Dorito side.
I think the widest
It's
body.
a good field,
It is.
A lot of communication that has to happen. Calculated moves.
All right. So for TJ, we're going to have...
Shouts out to Lone Wolf Paintball sponsoring. You need those sponsors.
Yes, sir. Sponsors make the world go round. So I think this is kind of, like you said, that point in the match where I think TJ has realized, they've been in the driver's seat a couple of times. They've kind of thrown it away, and you can see here that they're trying to piece it together without...
Well, they need the point here.
Yes, sir, they do.
We've got what?
6.
Eight.
Wait, I can't. That's a 6. Yep, 6 minutes on the clock. Yep. So this is going to be an important point for them, and I think they're
showing a lot of patience on both sides right now.
Absolutely, because Arizona's up, obviously, so they don't need to. They're in the driver's seat in that regard. But if you've been watching this match so far, TJ has been in an advantageous position and had some unfortunate things happen. So I think they're trying to learn that lesson and make sure that every move is the right one.
This is where I get upset at some of our guys. When you're up 1 and you're trying to push.
Yep.
It's like, come on, we don't need to do this. This is a good match right now.
Yep. Yep. And on paper, TJ is, I think, what I would consider who I would have expected to come out on top here. Arizona is an underdog, so to speak.
He
okay.
tries to make the snake.
Yep. That's the patience.
So that's where,
there.
when you look at that kind of a move, it's that back corner that could have maybe helped him get out there, where he wraps on the center bunker. And, again, that's where, we're always preaching. Get some help from your buddy.
Yep.
Make that move. Let's see what happens. It's when you go on your own that you can get into trouble.
Yep. So we got Frutos here in the Snake 50 and the center player
we got a corner shot here coming up.
So I believe it is a 5-on-3 because 2 bodies ended up coming off during that chaos for Arizona. So it is a 5-on-3 in favor of TJ. And it looks like we're going to have a run through here in the center. Yep. And a trade in the center. So it should be a 4-on-2 with both Arizona players are now on the Dorito side. Now. Yeah. So they can close this here from the Snake side. As long as we don't have any unnecessary deaths out of the backfield. So Arizona is in the Dorito corner and the Dorito 1.
Game here soon.
And it looks like Arrieta's going to go around Frutos and take the little
highway again.
Passing lane and pop up here shortly. Yep, there it is. So Arrieta pops up in that last stopping point in the Snake and takes out the Dorito side. So they're going to tie it up here 2-2 with 3:56 on the clock. So I was saying that when you guys practiced this layout during the layout weekend, was it playing fast, slow? How did it play for you guys?
No, it's. I think this kind of a lot of times it depends on what you get off the break.
Exactly.
On the other one that we're playing now, Impact has been getting 1 kill and we're staying 5 alive, which really makes a difference when you're setting up for the game. This field, I think, is, like we just saw, it was a 5-on-5, and then it comes, and based on where the scores are, we're not seeing a fast field here right now. So it will slow down, and I think it has, and that's what we're seeing. And we're tight games, right? We're 2-2, we're 2-1.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I was telling Matt earlier, it's like I've seen some really high-scoring games on this layout, and I think it comes back to what you're saying. If you try to take those risks and you get 2 kills off the break, it's a different ball game. All right.
So again, good breakout there from DMG in a sense that they had 5 guns up. So I'll preach that in our practices, and we'll work that angle where we're trying to go 5 guns up. And actually, I think both teams just lost 2 players each.
Right. Oh, wait.
There's another one.
Ooh, a bomb just went off. It looks like both teams lost bodies off the break. However, Saints did push into DMG's center brick. So that is where he is currently located and
he's
is
causing
putting
some
pressure.
problems up there for him. Here we go. Backside.
All right, so it looks like was that a little trade there. I believe the last body is going to be Vasquez here in the snake corner. So we got one DMG here, and it looks like we have two Saints players. They're pushing into the Dorito side of DMG.
Yeah, that's
going to take them out. Yep.
Oh, we got good games going.
Yeah, it's always fun commentating when a lot happens at once. You're like this, then this, and then this. So we're doing our best here to keep up with the chaos here, guys. But all right. So Saints and DMG going to be tied 2-2, and TJ and Arizona are going to be tied 2-2. I think similar game time in both. It looks like we got 3:56 here in this TJ and Arizona game. There's plenty of time on this layout.
Nice little backdrop there on the screen. Atlantic City.
Yep, look at that.
We
got a beautiful breeze here. I'm loving the breeze.
Yeah, it's really been good. The breeze has been nice for us. Weather's good. Layout's good. This event, one of our favorites. The city is, from my perspective, has done a great job, and they like us here. So we bring. If I think about if we have close to 300 teams, 3,000 people into the hotels and the food.
All right.
Our movie director chairs. Here we go.
I know. Look at that. So official. All right. So I got 1 minute on the clock here. There we are. All right. Here I am. I'm Jen Folk. If you're just tuning in, I'm here with the legendary Bart Yakimek of Edmonton Impact. Just rushed over here from his game with Dynasty, was it?
Yeah, it was Dynasty. Went into overtime. We had a little bit of a lead, and they came back on us. Good game. We're actually playing a little better than the last one.
Okay. Hey, that's
not making the playoffs. We kind of looked at it. We'd had a 13-year run of making Sundays, and then it happened to us. So it's bound to happen, and it did. But it woke us up a little bit.
13-year run.
Yeah, we go back to 2013 is when the last time I think we didn't make Sundays is what we figured out.
Wow.
Not that we keep track. It's just good entertainment.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so it looks like we got a 10-second countdown here for TJ. And I believe earlier Matt was right. It does look like they're kind of only running about 7 guys. We got Arietta back out here on Snake. All right, so it looks like, we got a running ref going to check the, already.
We got a red.
Yep. Looks like the Dorito runner for Arizona was shot and was, I don't know if he knew he was running from the ref, but he was ultimately running from the ref, and we got a red thrown here on the right. That was a quick one.
Wow, walking them off.
Whew, that was a quick point.
Here we go.
Yeah, so the Dorito runner for Arizona got a major, which pulled the 2 nearest bodies to him, leaving only 2 players left on the Snake side, and those guys were quickly dispatched by TJ, who was 5 strong off the break. So should put them up 3-2 with, gosh, how long do you think that point was?
Not very long.
15 seconds.
Doesn't happen. And then you got to blow. You got to turn the whistle. So
yep.
Get on to the next point.
Yep. I haven't been over here watching much, today, but other than my own games, but that might be the quickest one I've seen so far. But all right, so I got DMG back on the right and Saints back on the left. DMG from Sacramento, California, and the Miwest Saints out of, I believe, like the Ohio area. This game is tied 2-2 with 7 minutes on the clock, so plenty of game to be had here. We'll see what kind of game plans these guys throw in a tie game. I agree, though. DMG's been playing well this match, I think.
Yeah, well, here we go. Let's see what happens. They lose one up the middle.
Wow,
good
okay.
Move.
Woo, big play
Great
from
move
Saints.
by the Saints. When this happens, a lot of surprises happen. Guys aren't expected.
Yep, so Saints
DMG's lost 2.
Saints took DMG's center
1.
brick.
They got to find
the
him. That's the crucial part right now is let him, whoever can get a feel for what he's being in there, that really helps out the rest of the guys, but they don't know he's there right now.
For sure. So we got a 4-on-3 advantage for Saints. Saints did lose their Snake runner out wide on Snake side off the break.
Good here.
But it looks like DMG is now. Yep, here he goes.
Take a look. This is where it'll be interesting to see if he looks inside.
He's got it. My goodness.
Oh,
there
does.
he is. Okay, he found him. All right, so DMG's going to pull it back. It's going to be tied. It's going to be a 3-on-3 here.
3-on-3. He's got to settle down now.
Yep.
Play the game.
I'm trying to see who that is. It looks like that's Cedar.
Get some information going back there. Let the guys know. Settle it down. Oh.
All right, so the 50 Snake here. Cedar for DMG got a free kill.
3-on-2. This is where you got to play as a team.
Yep.
And just communicate, settle it down, get the word out that you're 3-on-2. Find the bodies. Where are you? Let your buddies know. Just really, really settle it down. And we're in the direct shots.
So the center tower here for the Saints is trying to shoot that bounce shot off of the snake 2 into the 50 snake here, and we are just getting plastered with this paint.
This is a good example of we're at the amateur level. Is you got to settle down with a 3-on-2 or a 4-on-3 and just slow the game down for your guys. Get the information so that you're not getting shot all the way through the net here.
Yeah. I think me and you have more paint on us than these players in this point.
Right now. See, DMG just lost.
Oh, wow.
One.
Oh,
they
my
lost
goodness.
2. So here you go. There's a perfect example.
I think the center tower now for Saints is going to get a check. Yep, he is going to be. I think it's a 1-on-1, Bart.
Yeah, here we go.
Yep, here we go.
Yeah, they found him. Oh, he's out in the open. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, he caught him. I think this is Joe Biondo. Yep, so I hope I'm saying that correctly.
See, that's where it's just, a great example of what not to do.
Yep, that was the chaos setting in.
You got 3-4 minutes left in the game. They're down. They're either going to get squeezed out with the coach whistling it. Find out where they are, settle down, and it didn't happen.
Yeah, I agree. That is and that's something I'm even experiencing, like you said, at this level. It is one of those things that separates the good teams from the midfield. In those mid divisions, but
it's not a 4-1 game.
Right.
It's a 2-2 game.
Every second,
so that's
everything
what hurts,
counts.
right?
Yep.
And then you come in and then you get frustrated. It just sends a bad message to everybody, and And honestly, Impact lost 2-on-1 today, and we learned from the last event we got down on each other, and this one we just let it go, move on. The sooner you can move on, the better you're off as a team, and let's get the next point going.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. All right, so we're going to have TJ up 3-2 after that quick point in the last one with the 3.5 minutes left on the clock here.
3.5 to go.
Looks like Arizona does take the snake. They go straight into snake 2. TJ went a little pocket snake side. However, they did go into the Dorito 2, who is getting a check.
Could be causing some damage here.
All right, Dorito 2 is clean for TJ, so they do have 5 alive here. They are a little bit more in the pocket, while Arizona is in the center 50 brick as well as the snake 2 here. However, TJ's pushing up the Dorito side and is now in Dorito 2. Oof, and it paid off. There you go.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of situation where, the sooner you can get that communication across field all the way from, your snake 1 all the way to your Dorito 1, gets himself in a position to take care of that snake for him.
And the part of the scary part of this type of field is you lose guys.
Yes.
You don't know where they are.
Yep. Oh, man, here's
right here.
Oh, goodness. This is what we were talking about, y'all. It's just bang, bang. So much stuff just happened there in the center, but it looks like TJ's going to come out on top of that, and they'll be up 4-2 here with still 2 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. But I had a feeling TJ would have an answer. They came out a little unlike themselves, and I'm not surprised to see them coming out to get some redemption. So we'll see if DMG can do the same here. Midwest Saints are going to be up 3-2 with 4 minutes and 50 seconds. So, again, still plenty of game time. It's getting warm out here now.
Yeah, it's going to heat up.
But again, the breeze, man. The breeze is the saving grace here.
We need it. Actually, that's the fan.
Yeah, I know, but man, I tell you what, there's some events where you're baking and there's no breeze, and you're like, someone, But that fan is nice. Shout out to Bob for hooking us up with the fan. All right, so DMG's going to risk the snake off break, and he makes it. Looks like Saints go a little bit pocket. And Gerber's going to take that center 50 brick.
It's 5-on-5.
Oh, one body dropping off the Dorito side for Saints, so it should be a 5-on-4 advantage for DMG.
He can take the highway. DMG might just take the highway if it's possible.
Yep, so the widest body for Saints is going to be here in the snake 1. He's looking inside, so if Spencer can crawl the little highway here, he might be able to do it unseen as long as they keep Saints contained over here and don't let them fill out.
Yeah, I think that highway's got to be all speed if you're going to do it. I don't think a lot of guys do it unless they're up in the game.
That's true. All right, so DMG also pushing into the Dorito 1. So they've got a snake 2. Oh, and I tell you what, I think I'm commentator cursing these people because as soon as I talk about them, they end up taking the walk. But all right, he's doing it. He's taking the.
Let's see what happens here. Down the snake side.
Yep. So we got
Highway.
Spencer crawl. Oh, here it is.
There we go.
I think Jason knew what he was doing with this this outer snake here.
Yeah, it's kind of like that's a dangerous spot.
Yep. And it looks like Saints do lose a body out of the center
side.
tower.
The real side. Oh,
but they take the 50 snake.
Oh, gotta stay alive here. 2-on-1. Oh, there we go. DMG with the comeback.
Yep. Yeah, this has been an eventful match. Absolutely.
See, this is where it's a 2-on-1. There's still a. Oh, there he goes.
Yep. So it looks like Guru's alive to go hit the buzzer. Yeah, that move out to the snake corner there by Vasquez to take out that 50 snake player for Saints was a clutch move out. To your point about getting wide, if they have the snake, you got to fill out.
Yeah.
Yeah, these have been some kind of quick points here in the last little bit. We still got 2 minutes and 40 seconds
big
left.
Point from AZ here, Arizona, to get back in the game.
Yep. Let's see what they can do to answer.
Here we go.
10 seconds.
Have been most of the games close on this field in the morning? Games so far, or they've been?
Well, so this is the first semi-pro set of the day. The first matches this morning were the WNXL. There's a couple mercies.
Yeah.
Some okay close games, but I would say, some little lopsided scores on that one. This has been a much tighter game here than we had this morning.
Well, we're in the 50 snake already with.
Yeah, it looks like Arietta is already going to be here in the snake 50 looking inside for TJ. I think both teams have 5 alive. Arizona's going to be here in the snake 2. Back player for Arizona getting a check. Looks like he's going to be clean, so we've got a 5-on-5 break.
5-on-5. And when we look at a snake like this, in some senses, we'll try and get 2 guys in the snake.
Yep.
You back, and it's okay to go after and mirror out. Yep, here we go. He's got one. Good shot up the middle.
Yep. Center player for Arizona taking the walk. 5-on-4 advantage for TJ,
this
who
is
are
where
also
information is crucial. Knowing
absolutely
that it's there.
And I think Arietta knows that Arizona has a snake here in front of him. I'm not sure if he knows exactly where, but you can kind of see him probing. All right, he's going to jump the beam and go to this inside 50 snake large wedge. Look for some free kills on the Dorito side. I don't know if he's going to get any.
Well, it's crucial that he stays alive, being in the 50 like that. So again, you want to be aggressive, but this is where it gets very interesting.
Yep. And this is one of those situations that I've seen where the first guy to get there will jump the beam to the inside, waiting for the guy to come around to get him. And when he comes around to get him, he kind of is, hidden like that, just like that.
And this is, no, here's the highway coming.
Yep. Looks like we've got.
That's a good game by
TJ. Yep. Looks like Boris is going to go the distance. He's going to crawl all the way, but his buddies took care of the guy in front of him for him. So
they're all dead.
Might be one of those situations. Poor Boris.
What am I doing? What did I do all that
He's
crawling
the whole way just for his team to take care of it.
Well, good game.
Yeah, good point there by Arietta and Boris. That little 1-2 punch over here on the
that's a good
the snake side. All right, I feel like there's still plenty. Oh, okay, not too bad. Oh, they're letting the clock run out, so looks like 24 seconds left on the clock. Looks like Arizona may be going for minimizing their margin here. A lot of times these semi-pro brackets, it really does come down to that extra point or two. So sometimes you kind of got to figure it out.
Too, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, so it's like, if they can do the math in their heads and think, look forward and see what matches they have ahead and the bracket, it might be better to just.
Well, we as being part of the NXL and Major League Paintball, we're always having discussions on what to do and what not. We haven't done a lot of changes over the last few years in that. We kept pretty consistent, which has been good. But we are looking at, I'm not afraid to say, time quarters, a half, 3 5-minute, 4 3-minute periods or whatever. We're trying to get away from that 6 or 7 minute point.
Okay.
And stop that happening. We're even discussing a 2-minute point if you score within less than a minute.
Okay.
So now you can create a lot of action with that. So, we're thinking about more drama in the game. We can talk after this game, but we've just signed ESPN on for this show for Atlantic, the final.
Yep.
Whoever's in the final is going to be on ESPN. So we're really excited about that.
For sure. And I agree with you. I think it is one of those things where I think it was yesterday in the Texas situation where I think X Factor played like an 8 or 9 minute point, and I was just like, man, all right, terrible situation here for Saints. I believe they're going to lose 3, 1 on a penalty.
Oh, they're walking off the field.
Yeah, 2 off a penalty and 1 naturally. It's going to be a 5. I believe it's a 5-on-2 advantage for DMG.
This is big for DMG.
Yeah, this is a big point right here.
Big point here with 2:30 left.
2:38. Yep. All right, so we got a full court press here by DMG. They're in the Dorito 40, the center 50 brick, as well as the Snake 50.
Before the what we call the 10 on the Dorito side. Is it a 5-on-2?
I believe it's a 5-on-2. Yes, sir.
There we go.
All right.
Watch him go now. This is going to be interesting.
Jeez.
Yeah, he can't make it.
Tried to make a desperation.
It was a good try, though. You're going to die anyway, so it's a good move. Give him credit.
Absolutely.
We applaud that.
Can't complain there, for sure.
Really well done.
That was a good breakout for DMG. Their paint was on point there off the break. All right, so that's going to put DMG up with a couple minutes left, and it looks like, TJ has kind of run away with this one a little bit. Wow, so they ended up with only 7 seconds. So, I think they're not even going to – yep, there it is. I was about to say, thought we were running low on that one. So that game did end. TJ's going to be taking the win on that one, 5-2. Not a bad match for AZ, especially those first couple points. They looked very composed.
There. It was a good match going, and then turning point.
TJ is a good team, though. They're very good at adapting, just from all the games I've watched them play in the NXL as well as in the WCPPL out west. They're very good at figuring out that mid-match, regain your composure, come back strong. I don't normally see the Tjbastards fold and crumble, so I was not surprised to see them dig deep there and adjust properly. So we'll see what happens here, if Saints can do the same or
Well, it's a tense game coming up.
Yeah,
Point coming up with DMG and the Saints. What do we got left? 2 minutes. Lots of time left. This is where you start getting a little antsy, trying to figure out how to our biggest, and it's always a situation on team sides. What's the play? And I find if you're on the defense here like DMG, it's not easy because you're trying to shoot your gun or marker and you're not being effective. And you're backing off, it's a funny tempo game here right now.
Looks like Saints were barely able to make it to the box. However,
good breakout
looks like, Saints are going to drop one off the Snake corner.
Yeah, DMG had 5 guns up.
DMG made all their spots alive, and Saints are pushing the center as well as the Dorito side pretty hard.
The Dorito side here.
Yep, and it pays off. There you go. So a body dropping.
This is where Snake side.
Yep, so DMG's got control of the Snake right here. The widest body for Saints is going to be, and he's going to try to fill out to that back Snake corner, and does he make it?
That's a big move.
He made it.
Make it.
Yep, so that move ultimately prevents, DMG from just crawling here down the passing lane. However, big move to the center for Saints. 1 for 1. So I believe that's going to put us in a...
It's going to be dangerous on the outside on the highway. If he finds him, he's not going to survive.
I'm trying to count if is it... Okay, I think it's a 3-on-3. 2 bodies for Saints on the Dorito side.
The Snake guy's got to go.
Yep, he's got the ball. The field is being turned.
If he gets found.
Yep, I was about to say, the field is being turned right here.
Saves it, yeah. Oh, what a point.
Yeah, I think the Saints kind of, I don't want to say got lucky, but them making the decision to turn the Dorito side on him like that.
Yeah, I mean, they turned the Dorito side, but if he would have just booked down the Snake side and maybe got down far enough and that guy wouldn't have seen him, he might have been able to. That's a tough play. That's not an easy Snake.
For sure. All right, so that's going to tie it up.
Even up.
43 seconds. Okay, Bart, you tell me. You got 43 seconds. Now, semi-pro does play overtime now. So I believe it was starting this year, semi-pro prelim games do go to overtime. So with that in mind, what's your take here? If you're DMG.
Well, we've got some aggressive guys on the impact squad, and we've seen a lot of we either go for it, and I think it's a matter of we go into it knowing, okay, if we hit a guy off the break, let's be aggressive and go for it. You know, and sometimes we're going to go for it.
Yep.
And it's paid off, and then there's times when that you get caught and you lose a guy or two off the break, and that changes it. So it'll be interesting here. I think I don't know. I think this goes to overtime.
Okay. All right.
That's my gut feeling for this type of game that we're seeing.
I think, like you said, it will come down to those shots off the break. I mean, 45 seconds is obviously on this layout, as you've seen, that's plenty of time to win a point. But I think if it ends up being a 5-on-5 breakout, I absolutely agree. I think it will end up going to overtime. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of risks both of these teams are willing to take. Because one thing on this layout, for those of you watching at home that may or may not have actually stood foot on this layout, is it's kind of odd in the sense that when you're standing, directly off the box in the back center, there's not really a true back center bunker. So you're kind of in a little bit of an open zone. So it's not necessarily like truly safe to do that. So a lot of times on traditional layouts, you might say, well, let's go heavy gunners in the back and kind of work towards going to overtime. But on this layout, you kind of have to take some risks somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, this. You got to give Jason Trojan a lot of credit with the designs. Not easy designing 10 fields every year or 5 in Europe too. So he's been very creative and a lot of success with the fields and layouts we've had.
Yeah, you can even see it here on your screen, guys.
Yeah.
Like this kind of big
Wide
to the left here, this big open spot. Traditionally there would be a bunker kind of in that zone, and in a situation where you're up points, or even if you plan to go to overtime, you could double that, play it a little safe. But in this situation, you kind of decide, where do we want to send those centralized bodies?
Yeah.
So be interesting to see.
In the overtime scenario, we've even discussed a 3-on-3, getting rid of the 1-on-1.
Okay.
And do we go to a 5-on-5 like we have, and it just takes time, and and then you get away from the 1-on-1s, which puts a lot of pressure on the single player.
Yep.
So those things are being talked about right now too. Do we go to maybe a 3-on-3?
Okay.
And that way you've got at least a portion of the team out there, and the overtime is going to be over. So that's something we're digging in this year. You might see some items of change with the league.
Cool. Yep.
10 seconds.
Here we go.
All right, this is it, potentially.
This is our gamble. This is our bet.
All right, so Saints are going to send 2 up the center, and DMG's
here's where they're going for it.
Yep, here it is. Right, okay,
Saints,
so
look at this.
DMG
2 walking,
lose
3
3.
walking.
Did that? Okay, but the center player for Saints,
here.
the center player for Saints does get taken
alive.
out. So it's a
Down the snake.
4-on-2 advantage for Saints. Let's see if they can.
It's going to be. Oh, it's a kill. They're alive. 2-on-1. 2-on-2.
Wow, did he? Oh goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Holy cow. Okay, we're looking at a 15 seconds. Yeah, if you're Daniels
DMG's losing track. They're staying alive, which is a good move by DMG.
Daniels is going to try to make something happen. I mean, I like the effort. Don't get a penalty.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a situation where you definitely don't want to get a penalty,
Yeah, the penalties. We would have won money there.
All right, so this one's going to go into overtime. Yeah, I think that'll be interesting, what you were talking about with changing the format of the overtime points. I think people love one-on-ones, but as a player, it's one of those things where, I definitely identify with, oh gosh, now all the pressure's on me. So I do like the idea of the 3-on-3.
Yeah, I kind of try and stir it up a little bit within ourselves and challenge ourselves to change. And Tom Cole's done a great job with everything that's going on with the league and all the way down through the staff, the setups. And, what I like is that the events are clean. And if there is a situation where we get into a lot of rain or anything, we're doing everything we can as a league to make sure everybody's safe. And Tom's done a good job of that.
Absolutely. The adaptability has been, especially after that Texas event. For those of you that aren't familiar, the last major NXL event was in Texas in the end of April, and we had some not so great weather, and it kind of ended up postponing a lot of the schedule, and they had to move things around, and they did a great job, adapting to that. So the pro finals, the Sunday games from Texas, were played here at this event on Thursday, so they had to wrap up what would have been the last event and then hop into a new one, which is why the pro field is on a blind layout for this tournament, because we kind of got a little out of schedule after Texas. So
it's kind of neat seeing 400 players walk the field.
I was going to say, I saw like a photo of people walking it, and I was like, man, I don't know how they see anything.
Yeah, a lot of kibitzing out there. It was fun.
How late were teams out there?
Oh, we were there. We started at 4. We didn't get out of there till 6:30.
Yep.
And there were still guys there. So, yeah. I mean, it's interesting how. I think every team looks at it differently.
Yeah.
How to manage it and how to walk it, and I liked it in the end because we kind of came out today and nobody really knew how to play it. That's where everybody's watching everybody today to see if we're learning or seeing some different stuff that teams are doing. So, but being that small cake is in the middle, we've seen teams double it up, which I'm surprised, and then single play or not play it at all. So that makes it, and guys are making it out wide. So it's actually it's a fast field. So we want a fast field for this event, being that ESPN is here. Doing a broadcast not doing the broadcast, but doing the filming, and our plan is that we're going to be in the Ocho in August.
Okay.
So we're going to be doing a post-production Atlantic final,
Awesome.
just the final itself.
Got it.
And on ESPN, and hopefully that from there we can do some more things with our television aspect.
For sure. Well, maybe we'll see Impact on ESPN.
We'll hope to be in the final. It would be nice.
I probably shouldn't have said that. Now I might comment. No, I'm kidding. I don't believe in that.
Okay, who's going to win this one?
Here we go. What kind of breakout are we taking?
I'm betting on DMG to win.
All right, so DMG's going to risk snake off break. He does make it.
He makes it.
5 alive for both teams.
This is good. 5 on 5.
Oh, first body going to drop from DMG. That's going to be Gerber out of that Dorito side can.
Hit there a bit.
So it's a 5-on-4 advantage for Saints.
This is a penalty.
Oh, no. Terrible
DMG,
timing.
Oh, man.
It's the worst time to get a penalty. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be a 5-on-2. Yeah.
This will be the end of my broadcasting career.
Yeah. It's because you said all the nice things about DMG. That's just how it goes. No, I'm kidding.
We're in the highway.
But it goes back to what you're saying about, you get the off-break kills, and the game
and
becomes a lot easier.
And, the break that of a penalty, and it's here we got.
Oh, my goodness. Here we go. He doesn't even know. He's right next to him. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah,
there it is.
There we go.
Oh. So it looks like Saints are going to take
Saints
this one.
Got it.
Again, not a bad match by DMG, especially at the start of the match here. They were definitely in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
But, hey, that's paintball, man. I think Saints are trying to put it together here and make sure that they got all the bodies there. All right, so we got a victory here by the Saints. And that's going to wrap up this game. Well, Bart, glad to have you.
Yeah,
we should do this more often.
Yeah,
you know
it
what I'm
was
saying?
fun. I really enjoy it.
But yeah, thanks for spending some time with us. And
get out there and kind of get some inside scoops of what's going on with the league.
For sure.
I think next year's venues are possibly changing again.
Okay.
From what I've heard, I don't always know, and I'll be honest. Tom does run the show, and his feelers are out there. We're looking at whatever. We're always conscious of the venues and where we can and do a good job with the city. I give a lot of credit to the paintball player itself because we used to get the complaints and now we don't get complaints about certain players.
Well, you must be doing something right, yeah?
Well, I don't know. It's just been a lot of fun and a lot of respect out there.
For sure.
To the communities that we go to and because we want to be coming back. And if we go somewhere else, they say, hey, yeah, the paintball people were great. They weren't causing problems. And if we come to a field, we clean it up and leave it clean so that the next time somebody phones and follows up on where we've been and what we've done, they have a good word to say.
Right.
And that's part of our success, I think, in a sense of where we can go sometimes.
Absolutely.
And coming back to, great city of Atlantic City here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for all the insight. It's been a really good time chatting with you. I think we're going to take a quick break here and throw it over to Nicole for a quick interview.
All right, thanks.
Hi, I'm here with Tyler from Tjbastards, who just finished up their first match, coming off a 5-2 win. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Tyler Burris with Tjbastards. I play a little bit of everywhere on the field, snake side, Dorito side, up to center, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
So how does it feel coming off of a win as the start of the day?
It feels good. It pretty much feels like, we accomplished what we wanted to get during our practice. We grinded really hard last weekend, both days, Saturday, Sunday, and did some drills, some points, and it showed to pay off.
Now, do you think that was the key factor to your win, or do you think there was more development on the field today that was the key factor to your win?
There's always more development during these tournaments because you never know how it's going to play out. Especially during tournaments, everybody's a little bit more hesitant on making moves and whatnot. But I feel like what really won this last match was teamwork, and believing in each other and going off our game plans from what we had this past weekend.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. Hope you guys keep winning today.
Got you.